Ameritopiafest. I want to thank Jon Paul long. I've known him for a long time. Love you, brother. Thank you for inviting me. I got thousands and thousands of hours at my wife's kitchen table, but I had never done this once. So I'm up here just fresh. I'm not much on a performance normally. So you guys work with me, but the songs I'm going to try to get. This one, this is 20 years old. When I was a kid, I am now too, big fan of Westerns. And watching some John Wayne's, and I think in The Shootist and Liberty Valance, in both of those he uses "Who Hit John," the old colloquialism, as a metaphor for alcohol, and I've always been a fan of alcohol. So I kind of twisted it into a song. It's called "Who Hit John." Sitting all alone for the 14th month. Never knew one day, I never ever knew the luck could take me so far from people lost so clear. I don't recognize the place. I never ever dried the tears of lovers that I'd had. Some simpler advice: take another one, maybe just sing twice before I hang it out, before I put it up online. I sit back at the bar, who hit John one more time, keep me from turning out. It's not that only, I'm so lonely now. Like to find me a place that fits so neatly and so easy. How can I tell myself it is just a dream? See him walking in the park, they're strolling hand in hand. Quick-witted remark, a predetermined plan. This lover's infancy, captured in a scene, but kept only to those who think they know just what it means. Before I hang it out, before I put it up online, sit back at the bar, who hit John one more time, keep me from turning out. It's not that only, I'm so lonely now. I'd like to find me a place that fits so neatly and discreetly. How can I tell myself that it is just a dream? For the engineer, give the reliever the nod, tell him it's his turn. It's time to play ball and try not to get burned. Step up to the plate, take one for the team, do it for the one that can no longer compete. But it may never work. Who's worse for the try? Even if you lose, well, you chewed up a little time. Before I hang it out, before I put it up online, sit back at the bar, who hit John one more time, keep me from turning out. It's not that only, I'm so lonely. find me a place that fits so neatly and baby all so easy. Can I tell myself this has all been a dream? Thank you. This group of great thinkers, man, this is a privilege. Thank you. I moved home recently. Me and my wife were trying to figure out what we want to do that's not corporate wise. So went back home. We had to take care of some family and ourselves too. But I grew up on a 100-year-old farmhouse, and we modeled it when I was a kid, and that's where I've been my whole life. So I moved back home to that house. And there was a friend of the family who was out building a fence for my folks at the time. Just lost my dad, but my folks. And then I said, "What you doing?" He said, "Well, I'm out here building fences for your folks." I said, "What are you thinking about?" And he said, "Well, I guess I'm thinking about swinging gates and hinges." And I said, "Swinging gates and hinges." So anyway, it became this thing. It's also a look at my folks, and also a little bit of nod towards how technology has taken over some people ill-prepared. Well, I heard the old man talk about the time and days, mentioning their pain. It's been too much change. I've been all to blame. Ain't no skin in the game. Sure, I played along the way, but I've seen the days decay. Swinging gates and hinges, with the hits and the misses. I remember them well, and all the people walk the trails before me. Well, I heard my mother talk about the time and days. She never mentioned all her pain, how it's been too much change. I just want to step back to an easier way, where we cut people slack and just see we're all the same. Swinging gates and hinges, with the hits and the misses. I remember them well, and all the feet that walk the trails before me. Well, I heard my mother talk about the time and days. She never ever mentioned the pain, how it was too much change. Damn, these are all great songs. Thank you, everybody, for letting me listen to them. In 2020, in the spring of 2020, in the summer of 2020, I was getting all kinds of payoffs to stay at home and not do anything, and I'm not one to want to sit around not doing anything. So I did play and write a lot of songs, but I'd lived in the country my whole life, and I'd moved in and out of the city, but I'd driven a truck for a couple of years prior to that, so I got used to the freedom of the road. And then I moved down, got married. Thank you, Gillian, my elf, beautiful elf. But anyway, I moved down, got married, and had to live in the can with all the folks down in Fort Worth, which was a nice place to have to do it. But But during COVID, during that time, let's just not get crazy. Anyway, during that time, I'm looking around, and this is kind of what came out of it. My daughter was sitting in front of me, a stepdaughter, but she was sitting in front of me, and she was I asked her, I said, you want to see how I write songs? And I didn't know if it was going to come together. I kind of spit shot it, but anyway, it's called Serve You Well. You're your own personal terrorist, but also the infidel. You don't give yourself any rest. Force yourself to fail for fear you'll fail. From a railroad town to the working tracks, music helps you sleep at night. Are those stairs that lead up to heaven? Her silo stacks in the sunrise. But how you gonna do it with all that whiskey on your brain? After 1,000 times you failed, telling yourself could all just be different this time. For all I know, make love in time to serve you well. They said, why don't you call it a new life? It's better than the days of broken dope. Sad love with a worthy wife. Hope she never sees you, just a fucking joke. But how you gonna do it with all those memories in your head of each and every ship you sailed? Telling yourself can all just be different this time. For all I know, maybe love and time can serve us well. Sometimes you might forget what you overcome. You better remember to remind yourself, 'cause there ain't no good call for you to be sitting right here, right now, with the wherewithal to write this down. But how you gonna do it